welcome to Lightman TV. Someone has just posted this article on Facebook, and then she said thieves in suits or something like that. And I reshared this article, and then this stuff came to my mind. In Smoke Kings, basically, which comes from smoke and mirrors. They mirror each other, like Agent Smith in Matrix, uniform, and meaning they're all one evil entity that way. You remember this guy Smith? He has a smoking. The symbology is it's black and white, there are no colors. And if you read the description here, his species is a computer program. You know, he's a virus. Human while possessing Bane. This, I believe, refers to the possession stuff they do. They really become this entity once they possess this entity, you know. And yeah, the way they possess entities. Here's one thing again about uniform. Uniforms, type of clothing worn by members of blah blah blah, mostly by armed forces, paramilitary, and so on, coming from Latin one and form. So yeah, and that's the interesting part here. I always see this connection to the symbiote in Spider-Man, which makes Venom. And as you can see, you remember the scene probably, he puts his hand, also the symbology, into the heart. He poisons the heart, and then again you see this black goo, and then he copy-pasted himself into this person, you know, which I started believing since a while, that all those evil entities, like, you know, the Queen and the Pope and whatever, they must be some type of programs, because this is the Matrix, it's all holographic and so on, whether you live inside a computer on a motherboard of some kind. We'll talk about this later in another video. And yeah, that's pretty much that. The symbology is all there. And one more thing I would like to tell you here is sort of a vision I had a long time ago, several years ago, during meditation. It went a little bit like this. You have to imagine you were in the sky and you were to take the perspective of a drop, of a raindrop, and then you were to fall from the sky and you would just stay with the perspective of a drop. And as I had this perspective of a drop, it suddenly turned my perspective up, so then I would be looking at this drop, but then I would be looking at it from Earth up. And the drop was actually making lines, like behind that drop was a line of water, similar to the Spider-Man web when he would shoot the web, and in front of it would be a drop. And suddenly many of those lines appeared, and those lines turned into blood. And down on those lines were figures running down who looked exactly like Smith. They had black suits on, and they were running down those ropes of blood, you can say, the same way Naruto is running. You see this here? All of those guys with the arms to the back, you know. This is how those entities were running. And yeah, the symbology is all there, and nowadays I don't even doubt those visions that much. This is like really years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even longer. But this was one of those visions that was so clear and whatever, and yeah, now I pretty much can understand why I saw those Smiths and whatever, and yeah. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye. Another quick addition to that, as I said it myself, it looked like a Spider-Man web. They realized the connection to the web. This is what I mean, this web sort of thing. So those drops were, instead of being liquid, they were more sort of becoming solid. And web, yeah, World Wide Web, like in the World Wide Web video, it's just a web they want to put over us. Then obviously it's this thing, and obviously it's this thing. Spider-Man Homecoming gives us a blah blah. You know, it's, they were shooting down those webs of blood up on us, trying to, yeah, create a kingdom of Satanism and bullshit here, and I don't know what. So yeah.
Yes, me. Me. Me too. Yes, me. Me. Me too.
Okay guys, I'm really not making this up. And it's really crazy. I mean, what are the chances for this? Anyway, I wrote the word reference in the wrong way, and I checked for the word reference, then it spelled the word reference the right way, then I remembered the word reverend, and I thought, can it have any meaning to that what I'm doing just now, the word reverend? So I type in into Google reverend, and you know, this is what it comes up with. I'm just like, when I'm reading this part, pastors, the reverend is usually written, but the person is commonly orally addressed. You guess what I'm thinking of as pastor, and then I read Smith. You know, I mean, this is ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous.